is time for a new Pure Fiction cycle, and today we're going to be having a lot of fun with dots. So that means I'm going to be breaking out the Queen Kafka herself alongside some other amazing Nihility characters. This Pure Fiction cycle is quite fun. I think it's easier than the last one. I say that because I got 3 stars quite quickly, but I also was doing pretty well with the team comps that I decided to take. The actual buffs that you get this time around seem to be more helpful than the whimsicality that we had on the last run, so that also does help quite a bit. But stage 4, the highest I was able to get on it was 67k. No 40k clear yet. I'll see if I'm able to do that. It definitely does seem like a lot of the characters that are going to be having banners right now are going to be very beneficial for this. For the first side, I can already see Adventuring because of the amount of imaginary characters on this stage. Yeah, Adventuring is going to be very helpful here if you end up pulling him in the next update. Both those 5 stars are going to output more damage than my little Gallagher is going to, but he helps enough as well. And then for the second half, with Acheron's banner coming back around, it's no surprise that she's absolutely amazing for this. The last time we had a Pure Fiction cycle with Yanqing, we didn't actually have Acheron yet. So for the first half, I'm going to be taking the Rappa Break team. It's going to be very beneficial since there is an imaginary and fire typing all across the board. I would love to take Gallagher off there and throw on Himiko, but with how many dots that I'm getting hit with, I really need to have him there. For the second half, however, of course, Acheron dot team with Kafka, Black Swan, and Fu Xuan there to make sure that we're doing amazing Nihility damage across the board. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so as always, I like to start it with the girl Rappa technique so I can break all of them. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this stage is very frustrating to me with this team comp. They want you to focus on dots, but it also seems like because of the enemy typing, they're also incentivizing you to take a break effect team. Now, what's really annoying about this team comp for this stage in particular is that when I hit enemies, they get their advanced action forward, and that's the worst thing to have to deal with a break effect team, because the last thing you want, especially with a super break team, is to have their weakness bar come back up, because then you're not dealing any super break damage. So it can actually be really rough. But what I like to do here, I can kind of mitigate it a little bit. Another problem is enemies like this, they have their advanced action forward when they die. But what I can do is I can use Ranmei. Her ult will help out a little bit with keeping enemies sealed, especially if I follow it up with an AoE like this. These enemies are not going to wake up, but they're also going to probably die. Yeah, Gallagher, he's very helpful here. Of course, like I said, if you have Lingsha or Adventuring, it would be a better support to be bringing for this. But I mean, that's not too bad. All right, so I think this enemy is going to wake back up in a second. So maybe I should just try to kill them off. Yeah, I'm just going to do that because why not? I did get Rappa's ult, but yeah, this side is so annoying to have to worry about keep breaking the enemies over and over again. All right, so this stage is pretty much over for the first half. I mean, we got some really great weakness break damage coming from the rest of the members, and when the advanced action forward like that, it does deal dot damage, so I mean, that's nice. All right, let's clear up some of these dots that I have. So again, I would love to take Himiko onto this. I would love nothing more, but because you get pieced up with the dots so easily, it can really be a problem. All right, let's gonna get rid of the trash can. Nice. The other enemies should die by the dot. I really need to get to Gallagher though. We should be good as long as Rappa doesn't get... Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, yeah, those dots really suck. If it would have been the same enemy typing that we had in the last Pure Fiction, the enemies that don't apply dots to you, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, like, Gallagher, as amazing as he is, he just doesn't have enough damage output. Like, the only main damage dealer here is Rappa. Like, Himiko would be great for this, but another problem with Himiko too is that her procs on the follow-up can actually advance forward, and if they're already weakness broken, that can also cause problems, so it's very frustrating. All right, so I'm gonna heal up the girl Rappa just to make sure this time I don't need her dying on me yet again, but I will pop Gallagher's ult here. All right, pretty good. The trash can is gonna die regardless, so let's get rid of this dang bug. All right, now everybody's weakness broken. There we go. The girl Rappa doing that big damage though, I tell you. Yeah, if I had Ranmei here, it would definitely be, or not Ranmei, if I had Himiko here, it would be so much better. I mean, these enemies over here on the side though, they don't even have a fire weakness, so that makes me think that they definitely want you to have adventure in here. There we go. I got one more Rappa usage. I should be able to kill this big enemy over here on the side. Actually, I don't know. They're extremely tanky. Yeah, they're actually very tanky. All right, that looks like it's gonna be it. That's actually unfortunate that I didn't kill that one over there on the side, but yeah, I've had a better run on that. I've killed like 2 of the big enemies. We just don't have enough damage output. There we go. On to the next side. We're already going to start off with an Acheron ult, which is going to be a lot of fun. Again, we're getting that buff to where if they have dots on them, if they live through Acheron's ult, like right there. I'm not going to lie. I am looking forward to seeing how Acheron's going to do on this stage if I end up getting her signature light cone. So for those of you who don't know, I do have S5 Good Night and Sleep Well, which is really good for her, but the signature on Acheron is like a whole different ballgame. Now, one thing I'll say, I know I've been kind of negative so far towards this Pure Fiction, the first side and now this one. First side, I can kind of go ahead and say, okay, maybe it's just a skill issue. But what I really don't like about this side, and I feel like this is very objective, we used to have a buff the last time Yanqing was here, where you would get healed up when you would deal, I believe, dot damage, right? There's no healing from this through a buff, so that makes it where I have to take like Fu Xuan instead of Ron Mei. If I had Ron Mei here on this side, I know that she would help so much with actually like dealing more dot damage, or even Robin if I had Robin. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in that, but I really feel like you still need a sustain on this side as well, just because there's no healing from the actual buff like we had last time around. I wish they would have brought it back because it was a really solid amount of healing that you would get while dealing damage, which is always beneficial. But we're doing pretty good here, so I would like to get rid of this enemy if I can, because it can provide a barrier for itself. And as always, I do have the trend light cone on Fu Xuan, so you already know that I'm making sure that I'm getting a lot of stacks. I should have popped the shield there though. That might have been bad actually. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just use Acheron's ult. I would like to save that for the next wave, but we already have Kafka's as well. I probably could have just used Kafka's and finished it, but let's just use Acheron. 320. Okay, nice. And then just one more enemy. All right, and just like that, we are on to Yanqing. So all right, let's go ahead and start focusing these. Again, we do have to like worry about the weakness coming back up, or quite quickly I should say, but I almost have, like, I just used Acheron's ult and I already almost have it back. They're not going after Fu Xuan too terribly though. Okay, never mind, I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Dude, what's crazy about that too is that my Fu Xuan has like 50% effect resistance, but they don't care on this stage. Nice. I mean, almost 500k damage is not bad. I can only imagine with the signature though how much it would be. Dang, they really just hate my Fu Xuan. Like, that's actually rough. They really do. Okay, another Acheron ultimate time. Oh, I should have popped it sooner. That's okay. We'll drop in Black Swans. There we go. And then we'll follow it up with another Acheron ult to deal that major damage. Nice. I mean, I'm not really noticing the buff because Acheron's ult just kind of deletes everything anyway. I'm not really noticing the buff where it deals dot damage when I pop my ult. I don't know, maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know if I can kill off this other big enemy over there at this point. I mean, we're killing off the little ones with their dots so often. Bro, Fu Xuan is getting absolutely rocked this round though. That's crazy, man. Okay, Acheron, that's actually wild. I feel so bad for my girl Fu Xuan. So that's gonna do it. One more attack. We can also hit the follow-up, and that's gonna clear it. We almost killed the last enemy. Yeah, 34k on this side, 29 on the first. Not my best run. It does suck that I haven't been able to 40k yet. As you can see on that last stage, they're pretty tanky. So I think Acheron's signature light cone might just be the answer to my problem here. But all in all, getting all 3 stars within like the first hour of playing this has been pretty fun. I mean, there's still time to mess around. I 80 cleared stage 3 very easily this time. So going into stage 4, I knew that it wasn't going to be that much of a problem. My main issue is just that I don't have enough damage, especially on that first side. If I was able to kill off one more of the big enemies, I could definitely see myself getting 70k easily. But if you guys have been using a different team combination, especially dot teams, like, don't go based off of what I've used. The first half does give you a break effect buff, but they definitely are incentivizing dots this time around. So I'm interested in what you guys are taking. So that's going to do it for this one. New Pure Fiction is always interesting to jump into. It can be a little frustrating at times because I think this mode is heavily RNG based on some runs more than others, but you can also mix and match different damage, and I'm glad that it's different enough from the last side to see whether you can take different team combinations to get a better outcome. This is also the part of the video where I usually share character builds, but I'm gonna have an account review coming up very soon, so I would rather save it for that. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.